Hello, DJIJ Speaker Guy here. Welcome to another video where you'll notice I have two subwoofers on the ground in front of me. Now, there is a reason for this, and I actually got a comment in another video quite a while ago. The comment was on a test video for the subwoofer on the left, that Klipsch KSW12. Right here, put it on the ground, LOL, you will not even hear the bass port anymore, and it will go way deeper. I've wanted to experiment with this for a little while, see what subwoofer placement can do. I have two subwoofers. I have a Klipsch KSW12. It's a 12-inch downfiring powered subwoofer. On the right, that is a Paradigm PDR10. It's a 10-inch front firing unit. It's not quite as loud, but I think it actually a little bit more musical, to my ears at least. It's less boomy, if you can say that. The Klipsch is a bit more peaky, even though it's loud. The real fun comes with the Paradigm subwoofer because you might remember me having a Paradigm PDR10 subwoofer with a wood grain finish. In fact, if I clap my hands 2 times, a second one magically appears. And you can see I still have that subwoofer. So we can get to also experiment with the idea that some people claim 2 subwoofers of the same model can sound better than one sub. And I might even add the Klipsch in there. I have a Onkyo home theater receiver that has an LFE out, so I could technically probably hook the Paradigms up to the left and right channel with the speaker level inputs, and then hook the Klipsch up to the LFE channel, see how that sounds. That would be insane. I'm gonna do a test on the ground in the center, and a test on the ground in the corner. And then I'm gonna do a test on the counter. And I'm gonna do that test for both the Klipsch and the Paradigm, and then I'm going to test the 2 Paradigm subs in the center on the ground. I'm gonna test the 2 stacked over on the corner. Then I'm gonna test them, one in that corner and one in that corner, and see how that sounds. And no, I do not have room for 2 subwoofers on the counter when the receiver's up there, so I'm not going to be doing that. And as for settings, I'm going to set the phase on the Klipsch to 0. The Paradigm does not have a phase selector switch. The Paradigm is going to be crossed over at 100 Hertz, I'm guessing. And same with the other Paradigm. The Klipsch, I'm going to cross that one over at 50, so it'll only be playing the lower notes. Match the volume between the 2 as well as possible. And yes, the Klipsch does go up to 11. I'll be using Apple GarageBand, which is kind of like the Apple digital audio workstation. I made a few tracks in there. One of them has a really good kick drum. I guess that kind of tests the more accuracy of the subs. The other one is more of a deep synth bass line. You could hear when I had especially the paradigm in the corner, you got those rattle sounds around the room that really emphasized the fact that that was indeed the loudest setup. Being on the floor in the corner wins, and then it's actually pretty even between the elevated center and the center setup on the floor. It's closer than I would have thought. I would have thought being down on the floor, the subs would have been louder, like that one commenter said, but if anything, they might have actually been slightly louder elevated up on the counter, believe it or not. So let's get going with these double subwoofer tests, starting with them directly side by side in the center. So now what's happening is, with the main speakers still set to large, which allows me to hook up the paradigm subs, one to the left, one to the right, the speaker level inputs, and then that allows me to then plug the Klipsch subwoofer into the subwoofer out of the receiver, and now I have 3 subwoofers at once. Few more samples. Let's see. Just gonna more of a kick kind of thing. It's not quite as powerful as some of the others. Hip hop beat. That just vibrates everything. Called this one Soul Thingy for some reason. Good kick. That one's really vibrating this electrical panel. Then call this one bass thingy, so expect a lot of bass. Oh my god. I don't know what's vibrating on that. Might be duct up there, maybe one of the windows on that one. that was really low. I don't want to run these subs too hard, though. That was kind of pushing it. They're not like pro audio subs or anything. 3 home theater subwoofers together in one room running off the same source. With one hooked up to the speaker level inputs from the right speaker, other the same from the left speaker, and the third subwoofer from subwoofer pre-out. So what did we learn from this? Well, essentially that when you put a subwoofer in the corner, more often than not, you're going to get more low end. It doesn't really matter what subwoofer you have. And I proved that by testing a downward firing sub and a front firing sub. And then the fact that sometimes, I don't know, in my case, having it elevated and having it on the ground did not make much of a difference, but for some people it might. It just depends on the room. But in this case, it was actually surprising when I heard the subwoofer elevated. I was surprised at how much low end I was getting. We also learned that it's no myth that adding a second subwoofer will provide you more low end, and it will fill the room better, especially when I had one here and one over there. It filled the room really well, especially in the center of the room. Now there was some cancellations off to the side of the room, because when you have a subwoofer over there and a subwoofer much closer, they'll hit you at a different time, because one of the the speed of sound and physics and all that, so you get more sound down the center. And I've actually noticed this with live sound as well. I have a few clips where I'm in the center and it sounds really good, and then you go off to the side and there's a dead spot. There's also always places just slightly to the left and slightly to the right of the center where there's a bass dead spot. This is one of them. See if I move into the center, that low octave just comes in really powerfully. It really made no difference to my ears having the subwoofer elevated versus on the ground. However, what did make a difference was setting it in the corner. So, I guess that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Really interesting discovery. Once I power down this Klipsch sub, it makes a really strange noise, and I've done it. Wait for it. There it is. It's funny, it sounds like it's farting. Oh, 60, that's what I had before.